The starting lineup for the Daytona 500 is officially set. Hello, everyone. My name is Brody. The Daytona Duel races are officially in the history books, and we have a lot to break down and discuss and analyze with these short 60 lap stint races that were meant to be a teaser into the Daytona 500, which turned out to be crazy individual races on their own. So let's jump in and discuss the duels at Daytona. Starting off with duel number one, 60 laps is all the duels are. A short, brief race. And here's what happened in duel number one. We have to pay attention and be mindful of three open cars: Corey LaJoy in the number 99, Casey Mears in the number 66, and Chandler Smith in the number 36. It is important to note, however, that Corey LaJoy had all of his RFK Racing teammates in this first duel race with him: the 17, the 60, and the 6, which eventually led to a complete lockout up front with RFK Racing. They were 1, 2, 3, and 4. All four cars were up there leading the line, leading the train. It was the perfect scenario for Corey LaJoy. As we progressed through the race, we saw some different things unfold. So let's get into it. We see John Hunter Nemechek get up there, start leading some laps. Austin Dillon emerges as a fast partner for Kyle Busch, and Kyle Busch is up there, actually competing and not falling back, which was a surprise to me because he has solidified his spot at the pole position for Daytona 500. But he's up there and he's fighting for his points for the dual races. So props to him, props for Kyle Busch for sticking it out while he did. We get into the thick of it, and Chandler Smith gets up to 7th place by lap 34. He's putting up a very good fight with no real teammate support. Yes, Noah Gragson is in the duel with him, but Noah Gragson was really never a factor in the dual race much at all. We get to the pit stops after some fuel saving shenanigans like these modern plate tracks are for the next gen car. We get our first pit stop sequence and we get a caution because Casey Mears spins out coming to pit road. An open car spins out by himself, collects Noah Gragson. Mears gets stuck in the grass. He falls a lap down. Pitters were all Fords, or mostly Fords. Those cars cycle out to the front. The remaining cars that didn't pit cycle back to the back because they had to go down pit road. These are all fuel only pit stops. So we get back under green, and Chandler Smith gets all the way up to third. He's right behind the two Team Penske cars of Joey Logano and Ryan Blaney. He's up there, fair and square, doing it all on his own. And Brad Keselowski comes out of nowhere, pushes him to the side. Looks like he goes below the double yellow line. We never got an official ruling on that, by the way, but pushes Smith back. He falls back, and lo and behold, we get a big crash right after that. And a key aspect of this is that Logano took the lead. Kyle Busch bailed out on lap 54. The wreck took place on lap 57. Kyle Busch was very, very smart and aware, situationally aware of his surroundings about what happened. So Kyle Busch, he gets out of big trouble. The wreck was cued off by Chris Buescher and Austin Dillon, who got into the back of Bubba Wallace. Typical restrictor plate drafting style wreck. Bubba Wallace does do a great job, however, he does not overcorrect. He's sideways to the left, but corrects it to where he keeps spinning left, doesn't overcorrect back into the field. He spins left through the grass where he might have flipped, but the changes NASCAR made to the safety features of that car did a very good job at keeping him on the ground. Chris Buescher gets damage, and Chandler Smith gets damage as well. He's involved in the wreck, so they both have to come down pit road and get service. We get our first overtime, and after it's all said and done, Joey Logano wins, but Corey LaJoy gets involved in a wreck. He gets spun out by another bump draft gone wrong, and he goes head first into the outside wall. And Casey Mears, who was a lap down, he got the free pass because of that caution, and he gets involved in the wreck, but he comes out the first open car in line, and Casey Mears, through all of that, to spinning and getting in, he wins the open car shootout for duel number one. So congratulations to Casey Mears. Really unexpected. Congratulations to Garage 66 entry for that crazy finish, crazy stick to itness. Great job for Casey Mears. So Casey Mears gets into the Daytona 500, and Joey Logano wins dual race number one. Here are your top finishers. Joey Logano wins dual race number one. He will start third in the Daytona 500. His teammate Ryan Blaney, they were up there all race long, doing what Team Penske does, work well with each other, push each other to the front. Great job for them both. Austin Dillon emerges as a very strong showing for RCR. RCR should be a real threat for the Daytona 500. Brad Keselowski with a broken femur gets a top five in Duel 1. Very impressive stuff. John Hunter Nemechek was honestly an underdog, and he was up there. He led laps, and I'm very optimistic for John Hunter Nemechek for the Daytona 500 and this season in general. So great job for John Hunter. SVG was, I don't think anyone said his name all night. He comes home sixth. Daniel Suarez, he was part of that bump draft gone wrong for the last wreck. Still comes home seventh. And Casey Mears, I got a star next to his name. He is the open driver into the Daytona 500. And then Ryan Preece, Alex Bowman round out our top 10. Other notables, Kyle Busch, he comes home 18th, playing it safe for the 500. And then William Byron, Ross Chastain, and AJ Allmendinger are all involved in wrecks, as well as Chris Buescher. And they come home in their respective ending of the Duel 1 field. So that is the finishing results for Duel 1. Duel race number 2 was a lot more straightforward than the first duel race. So again, we have 3 open cars to consider. JJ Elliott in the number 44, BJ McLeod in the number 78, and then Anthony Alfredo in the number 62 car. Kicking off the race, fuel saving again, but it was really Gibbs and Hendrick that were up there competing. Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, Hamlin, and Briscoe were up there. And then we see Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Ty Dillon make a push. They don't want to do all this fuel saving nonsense. They get up there. Zilich and Alfredo start leading some laps just before the fuel cycle kicks off. And then we get into the fuel cycle. Denny Hamlin, Chase Briscoe, Chase Elliott, Eric Jones, BJ McLeod pit on lap 41. And then on lap 46, we get Anthony Alfredo, Kyle Larson, Michael McDowell, Ricky Stenhouse, and Ty Dillon. On lap 47 by himself, Connor Zilich comes down. Kind of weird. He probably missed the boat on lap 46, but who knows? And then on lap 48, the rest of the cars pit. Hocevar assumes the lead at lap 50. And then when the racing is getting good, it's crazy. Racing's getting good. We're getting intense, hard racing. No more fuel saving. And guess what happens? We cut to commercial. It's just a little frustrating. Like you front load the commercials on the stuff that's a little bit more boring with the fuel saving. Like this is the tense part. The last 10 laps after the fuel pit stops. We got to show that for the fans. We have to show that for the fans who are interested, and the new fans, they don't want to see commercials, especially during the most entertaining part. We got to get better at that, Fox. And coming down to the last handful of laps, very orderly, very friendly between the Chevy teams, and really anticlimactically, Chase Elliott comes home and wins. Kyle Larson did a half try at the end, so Chase Elliott ends up winning the second dual race at Daytona, and Anthony Alfredo, who really was in control of the open slot that whole dual race. He gets into the Daytona 500. So congratulations to Beard Motorsports and Anthony Alfredo in the number 62 Chevy Camaro. Here are your finishing results for the Duel 2 race. Chase Elliott wins. Congratulations, Chase Elliott and Hendrick Motorsports. Carson Hocevar comes home with a good finish. Kyle Larson comes home third, who is getting very good at these restrictor plate tracks. He's getting a lot more comfortable, a lot more confident up there. We could see Kyle Larson get a win here. Maybe. I don't know. Michael McDowell is in 4th place. Decent job. Spire cars look pretty good. And then Christopher Bell, Josh Berry, Stenhouse. Stenhouse looked very competitive up there, leading some laps with Ty Dillon. Todd Gillen was kind of a no-show, but he ends up in the top 10. Ty Gibbs and then Denny Hamlin rounds out the top 10. Notable finishers not in the top 10. Connor Zilic, 15th. Looked okay. Getting accumulated to the car, adjusted to the car. And Chase Briscoe, who led like the first 30 laps, handful of laps. He had an issue on pit road. He came in short of his box, and then he stalled the car. They had to push the car into the box to service it. Then he gets out, but he loses the draft, so he comes home 20th. And then the other 2 open cars, JJ Yaley was laps down, and BJ McLeod, I believe, also was a lap down. So kind of anticlimactic for the open cars, but that was the finish to day duel number 2. Overall, I thought the duel races were pretty good. I liked the first one more. Seemed like we had a bit more action, a little bit more urgency throughout the fuel saving process stint. Duel 2 was more organized. We saw a little bit of cars mixing it up, trying to get up there, trying to use the fuel saving cars as a reason to get more track position, which I like that. It's part of the next gen, like Daytona, Talladega, Atlanta feel now. We have to have these fuel saving stints, and it's just unfortunate because I think it just kills the racing. But we didn't see too much of that. It was just like 30, 45 laps ish. Last 15 of the both duel races, cinema. Really did enjoy that. I would probably say Duel 1 is just a little bit better. I honestly, Duel 1 could have been absolute peak cinema if we didn't get any cautions, because we were about to have a very crazy finish with Chandler Smith, Corey LaJoie battling for that open spot, as well as Joey Logano up there with Ryan Blaney, Austin Dillon really fighting for the win. We didn't get that, got too many cautions. Oh well. Duel 2 seemed to be the what you'd expect from a duel race. So we got a mixture of both. I thought they were pretty good overall. Very excited for the Daytona 500. It was a good insight to what we will see Sunday. So that was the Duel 2 and Duel 1 races. That's going to do it for me, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. What did you guys think of Duel 1? What did you think of Duel 2? Which of the two were better? Are you shocked about who got in, who missed out? And who do you think has the best shot at the Daytona 500 after seeing these brief stint races, these sprint races? So let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. And NASCAR is back, baby. We got the trucks, got Xfinity, O'Reilly, and we got the Cup Series all happening here shortly. So let's get into some more NASCAR racing, and I'll see you guys there. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great, wonderful, and even splendid rest of your day. See ya.